I'm actually low-key nervous. I've been waiting to check my grades to do this video, and now I don't want to check them. What's up everyone, it is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. So happy holidays. So what other way to ruin your holidays than to check your final grades online? And so for me, my finals occurred last week and then I flew home, and so now I'm home. Tree in the background, and today is when all of our final grades are due online, so I'm going to be reacting to my grades again. I'll also have my spring semester 2019 reacting to my grades linked down below, so definitely check that out after this. And so this is going to be legit reacting. I do not know my final grades. I sort of have an inkling of how I've been scoring in the class, so I'll guess and then I'll look online and see what my grade is. At the end, hopefully my GPA has gone up this past year, unless I failed this semester and then my GPA has gone back down. I'm nervous, so let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. I am double majoring in cognitive science and legal studies at Berkeley, graduating in spring of 2020. Wow. So this semester I took 18 units. I was taking 5 classes. This fall semester I did 4 major requirements, and then my 5th class to bring to 18 units was a class that I was interested in. Not necessarily fun because it was hard and a lot of work, but it was something that I was interested in. So the 5 classes that I took a language acquisition course. I don't even remember what I've taken, honestly. A psychology and law course, a brain damage course, a Supreme Court and public policy course, and then my 5th one for fun, didn't count towards any major or anything, was a game theory in the social sciences course. And so I'm not really sure we're gonna So my psychology and law course, this was probably my most exciting major requirement that I took this semester. It was super interesting. I liked all the units that we had. We learned about like race and policing, eyewitness testimonies, why people give false confessions, or like how the police can tell that people are lying or that they're bad at telling that people are lying, kind of thing. So it was super interesting, and I was just really good at the course as well, so that made it better because when you're good at something, you know, you just like it more. So it consisted of 3 exams and a research paper essay. The 3 exams, you know, my B courses online portal was looking so freaking fire throughout the semester. I was a little nervous because if you saw my Thanksgiving video, I missed 2 of these classes because I came home for Thanksgiving, and then we had our last exam the Thursday after Thanksgiving break. So I was a little bit freaking out. I was like, oh shoot, I've missed 2 of these classes, 90 minutes each. So I've missed 3 hours of this class. I don't know how well I'm gonna do on this exam. And then I check to see my 3rd exam. This is what my B courses looked like. I was like, wow, I'm scoring really hot on these exams. And so I was really proud. It was the first time that I've ever gotten a 100% on a midterm or an exam here at Berkeley. So I was like, oh shoot. My prediction is that I'm gonna have an A in the class. Psychology and the law, A, so that is good. What I was expecting. I'm just sad. Why did my GPA not go up a lot? Now I'm annoyed because I really wanted to go up like a lot. Literally, like it went up by 0.18 last semester, and so now I'm confused. So another class that I took was a brain damage course. It was for a cognitive science major requirement. And just, I don't know, some classes that I've taken here at Berkeley, I feel like are not very legitimate. Sort of this class and then the language acquisition class are sort of not very legitimate feeling. This course was only 3 units. We only met twice a week for an hour. Not that much, like FaceTime, no discussion section, anything like that. And then the grade, it was made up of, I believe, 30% midterm, 50% final, and then 20% short little writing things that we had to do, writing assignments, which were just like 1-page typed up assignments, which were super easy, and I feel like everyone got 100% on those. I don't think she took any points off of people, so that was an easy 20%. And then the midterm and the final were literally online, multiple choice only. Feel like I've learned some, but because the finals were sort of like take home, I don't really know how much I've retained or learned, I guess, and so not complaining because it worked in my favor and I'm thinking I got an A in the class based off of my midterm and my final. Midterm, I believe I got a 27 out of 30 for the multiple choice, final a 47 out of 50. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the A range and not the A minus range. I feel like if I got an A minus, I'd be a little bit more pissed off because then I don't want that 3.7 GPA and I would have preferred a 4.0 considering I put in all the work kind of thing. So I can see how some people are pissed off with the class if it didn't work in their favor. My brain damage class, I got an A in, so that is good. Yay. I mean, I guess that's what I was expecting. I'm sort of nervous for my other classes because my GPA didn't go up a lot. Like only 0.02? Yeah, so that's not good, I don't think. So brain damage, I'm happy with an A, that's really good. So another class that I took is a language acquisition course. This one also felt a little bit illegitimate because it just seemed very disorganized, the class. Because even though stuff was on the syllabus, they didn't tell us about it. We had 3 things due in the last 2 weeks of the semester, seemed a little bit weird. We had 1 project due in the class and it just seemed like we were doing the professor's research lab work. This class, it had 2 midterms and then the final and then 1 essay at the beginning and then 1 essay at the end. Just a lot of like random stuff and then the weird project that all didn't even count for a lot of points. I feel like only the last essay counted for more than 3% of the grade, so a waste of time pretty much to write other essays for the class that weren't even worth anything. But that's okay. Not really sure the breakdown for the class. The first midterm, I scored a little bit above average in like the B range, which I was surprised by because after that first midterm, I was going to leave crying because I thought I did so bad and I was like, how am I such an idiot? Like, how did I screw that up? Turns out it was fine. I scored a little bit above average, not by much, but a little above average, which I was like, okay, damn. Second midterm, I studied differently because I did not want that sad feeling of I failed the exam to happen again. The second one I actually got a 100% on also, so my second 100% ever happened this semester. I was like, wow. So I don't know how I did on the final. They did not post that, and so that's where I'm a little bit nervous for this class because the final was low-key hard. You know, anything above a B+ I'm happy with for these classes. For this one, I would say an A or an A-, unless I really fricked up the final and then a B+. And so hopefully nothing lower than that because that will bring my GPA down. And the verdict is in for my language acquisition class because it wasn't posted earlier. And I got an A-. Not bad, not good. I mean, it's good. But like I said, the class sort of just felt very not legit. Looking at my grades online right now, I got a 94 out of 100 for section participation, but like I literally went to every single section and whatnot and like posted online and answered questions, so next is my Supreme Court and Public Policy class. I like this class. Right now I am taking another class with this professor next semester, something with like constitutional law or theory or something. I feel like this class was interesting and it really challenged me to think more analytically about the Supreme Court and to analyze more in essays. So this class consisted of a midterm, a paper, and then a final. I don't know, this class I'm a little bit nervous by because I've been scoring around like a B+ average throughout the semester. The final was worth 40% of the grade, and so that's where it can really make or break your grade, I feel like, because it's so like, it's a lot. That's a lot of percentage points that the final is worth. And so because I've been scoring around the B+ range, if I did really bad in the final, it could bring me down. And so hoping for a B+ in this class, honestly, apparently I'm not as good as a writer as I thought I was. I feel proud of myself for this class because I have worked really, really hard in the class. Even if the grade isn't an A, I still know that I literally spent so much freaking time on this class. You know, I went to office hours for this class and I paid attention, went to the lectures, even though they were webcasted and half the class didn't show up. So I feel like I put in the time and the effort for this class to hopefully have a grade that reflects it. Good. So my Supreme Court class is a B+. That's what I was expecting, right? I guess the final could have went worse and then you'd go down. So B+, that is good. 3.3 GPA. Would have preferred an A, but that's okay. B plus is good, so I'm happy with that. Think that's what I was expecting, and so at least it's not crazy surprises. And so finally, my 5th class is my game theory class. I took this class because I was interested in it, you know. I was only going to take the 4 classes that I needed to graduate this semester, and then I was telling a friend like, oh yeah, you know, I only have 4 classes that I need to take, 14 units or whatever, 16 units. It's gonna be so easy. I'm gonna have so much free time. Then he was like, why are you spending so much money to go to a school? Because the cost that you're paying for the school doesn't change on the number of classes that you take. You could take 2 classes and it would still be the same amount of money than if I took 5 or 6 courses. So I was like, damn, okay, that's an interesting way to think about it. And then I signed up for the game theory class. It's just something that I'm really, really interested in, talking about Survivor on our podcast that my friend and I do. I just saw parallels within the class and the show, and so even though I feel like I screwed up on the final and my grade is going to be lower than it should be, it's okay because I did enjoy the class and it was a lot of fun to learn about these game theory concepts that I feel like I can sort of apply to Survivor. The midterm, I believe, was like 35%, final was 50% of the grade. The midterm I scored really well on. I was so happy for it. Like, I felt like hot shiz after that exam. And so I got like an A on that, and then it was sort of weird because the midterm got curved down. So even though I scored like an A raw score due to the divisibility of the 2 numbers, I had an A and then it got curved to an A minus. And then a few days ago they posted our final exam grades and then the whole curve for the class. And then I did not do so hot on the final, it looks like. And so I feel like that is going to bring my grade down, and I'm a little bit annoyed by that because I was feeling good throughout the course until the final, worth 50% of the grade, drops me down, I feel like, to a B or a B plus. Definitely at least a B, I think. So hopefully it rounds to a B plus because when I did my math calculations, sort of on the cusp, we can hope and we can pray because a B is a 3.0 GPA and I do not want that. I want a B plus because then it's at least a 3.3 and that won't affect my GPA as much, I feel like. Game theory and the social sciences, I got a B. So a little bit lower than I was expecting. I guess that's okay. That's a 3.0 GPA. God damn, that doesn't look good on my report card. I don't know. Darn. I'm just annoyed. The final being 50%, that is a freaking lot to really tank your grade. I straight up went from an A to a B, so that sucks, but I had a fun time in the class, so I guess silver lining of it, you take it for what it is. Ay, ha 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 ha. It's not bad, it's not good. My grades don't look that aesthetic. My grades didn't go up that much because of this. Next semester, I want the all A's. My spring semester 2019 grades just look so good. All A's all the way down for 5 classes. I'm still really happy that I have been able to bring my GPA up, and hopefully by the end of senior year, I think it's doable if I get all A's and no more of this B plus stuff, because 3.3 will bring you down. And so only a 3.7 and a 4.0 is allowed from now on. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. It really, really means a lot. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time, which will probably be in 2020. Wow, that's crazy.